This time of year that we all like to sit down and watch our favourite comedy stars, isn't it? You know, TV programmes, the specials, all that sort of stuff. Way back in the 60s, 70s and 80s, they were truly things to look out for. Remember when Morecambe and Wise got the likes of 28 million watching their hit comedy show on Christmas Day? Is long gone, because we live in a streaming world, don't we, where we can watch things as and when we want. A little bit like you watching this programme today. Don't you dare switch off, I know. But what I wanted to share with you were the people that are now basically moved away, you know, not current, not deemed woke enough. The cancel culture has removed them from our TV screens. And as ever, I want to know why, and I'd love to know your comments. One star in particular I was lucky enough to meet, well, the son of this particular star was none other than the brilliant Dick Emery. Now, Dick Emery was on our TV screens over here in the United Kingdom from 1963 right through to 1983. Christmas specials, films, TV series, summer seasons, you name it, he was across it. He had a plethora of famous characters that everybody loved, including Mandy and, of course, Hetty, amongst others. But where is he today? Even though the BBC hold all the rights to those TV shows, they don't want to screen them. Apparently they are not PC enough and are very offensive to the mainstream audience. That's you and me. You and me, of course, particularly if you live in the United Kingdom, that actually buy a TV license. Now, what they're suggesting is that they will put some of these episodes online, but with a trigger warning. What, for comedy, you mean? The fact that it's funny and humorous. But it's interesting, isn't it? Because it's not just those programs. Other programs are now sidelined to minor satellite TV channels, like Hello Hello. That apparently is too offensive for the mainstream audience. Other favourites too, including Are You Being Served? Too smutty and too out of line with usual stereotypes that may offend the wider audience today. It's interesting, as I often say with the BBC, because you pay to be entertained and they decide what they wish to give you to be entertained by. And it's not necessarily the programmes that you wish to watch. Think back, Dick Emery's TV programmes regularly picked up 12 and 14 million people. I know, previously, of course, to the satellite world. But wouldn't it be fascinating to even see if the BBC were brave enough to screen a Christmas special once in a while, to see if the audience is still there for such marvellous comedy? When I spoke to a senior person out at the BBC, they said they had no intention of ever screening them again on the mainstream media, simply because the main audience, the fee-paying audience, that's you and I, would now find them out of date, unfunny, but more importantly, not including the current climate, meaning it's not woke enough. Now, as ever, I know I often say this on the show, would you be very kind and let me know what you think to this particular story in the comments below? Has comedy been erased in the art of wokery? Should we be allowed to make our own personal choices as to what we wish to watch on the screens that we're paying for? As ever, I'd love to have your comments. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.